onions. Went to a taco stand. Got a little food. Oh man, I gotta, you know, after I went this morning at work, the bathroom, but didn't quite get it all out. Not a good feeling, let me tell you. What the hell of vegetable is this? This red thing. It's white on the inside. Can't take hot sauce that's too hot. Let me see what they gave me here. This looks hot. Kind of hot, yeah. Hot peppers. Oh boy, this shit looks burning hot. Let's see. Yeah, that is intensely hot. Whoa. Damn. It's like poison. The fuck they do to me? Well, I'm screwed again because I'm homeless. I got flim-flammed. I got hornswoggled. I got door-dashed. Dine-and-dashed. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to James Quall it. Fucking bank I opened an account at is fucking my shit up in like 3 different ways. All because they... What the shit is this? It's like a deep fried pepper. They have taken like 2 weeks to send me my debit card, without which I cannot do anything online. I can't attach my Venmo and stuff to it, to my bank account. And I need to attach my bank account info to or pay online for job websites for film workers to be able to apply for jobs, a bunch of film jobs. Otherwise, I'm just stuck with like Indeed.com and Craigslist, a few others. But I want like the specifically film industry websites. This bank fucking waited a while. I don't even know if they told me the truth when they said, here's what happened. Last Sunday or Saturday, one of those days, I called the bank, asked if they've gotten my signature card yet in the mail, because I opened my account over the phone. And they sent me a signature card. I sent it back. to get my debit card. It's been like 2 weeks since I mailed them the signature card. I called the bank last Saturday or so. They said it's showing we still haven't gotten it. So if you want, you can go into a bank branch and do it there. Sign the signature card, get a temporary debit card, etc. I went to the bank branch. They told me, I don't like it when people are talking about past tense stories and they say it in the present tense, so I'm going to correct myself there. They told me, oh, it's already sent out, it should be coming tomorrow. Remember that, folks. I checked yesterday, nothing in my mailbox. I checked this morning in case I checked too early yesterday. I checked like 2 in the afternoon yesterday. Mail probably already arrived because I'll usually, whatever. Nothing. I checked this morning after work at my dump shit bootlicking job. Nothing. Went straight to the bank. And asked about the signature card and debit card. The lady who helped me the other day says, oh, it was overnighted by UPS. It should be there. I said, I checked this morning. It's not there. She's like, well, do you live in like a home or apartment or what? I said, it's a mailbox I rent. I'm homeless. So just rent a mailbox. She's like, oh, UPS doesn't deliver to mailboxes. First of all, look, I'm okay with the whole thing because I'll get it worked out anyways. Fuck, I'll make it all work. I'll do better than this bank. But you mean to tell me that they didn't have my signature card for 2 weeks and all of a sudden the day I saw you here, you didn't just order it? She ordered it that day and didn't tell me. And it's like, oh, it should be there tomorrow. Or today. Maybe not, I don't know. Could be wrong. And I still have to take a shit after I took one this morning. So then they say, okay, we'll send one by mail. Since you have a mailbox, that's going to take about a week. I said, well, can I get a temporary debit card? I got to do stuff online. You know, they're like, oh, you wouldn't be able to do that anyways. So I'm like, great, another week without doing all that. So, no ability to go to the ATM. I gotta drive miles to the bank branch to get cash. Not the worst problem, again. I'm saying I'm fine. I'll fucking thrive. But no job searching on these sites. And they're legit sites, like I said, where you pay monthly. Mandy is one of them. I think Entertainment Jobs is another. Production Hub. Places I've known about for years. What I did find was a fucking, it's not a scam exactly, it's just a total bullshit waste of time where it led me to like apply for a job that I would have been a good fit for, and I could never get to it. All it does is show me you sign up, and now it sends me like 80 emails a day for like warehouse jobs and manufacturing jobs instead when I was trying to get a job doing post-production. So, unsubscribe from that. But what the hell, man? Fake ass shit. So anyways, job search is going to be delayed by at least another week now. But like I said, I'll be busy. I'm writing, exercising hard, waking my ass up early. I don't normally eat the tortillas for tacos, but I'm kind of starved. Mark Ivy, thank you for the 99 cents in euros. Comes out to $1.20. Thank you so much. Oh, Mr. Amazing 3001. Oh shit. Okay, that was gross. Yeah, so now I gotta wait like another week to get my debit card, to be able to pay for stuff online, apply for jobs that I want, but it's fine. I trust it'll work out because that's how it always goes. You know, I'm sure I'll be able to find a good film job. I applied to a few, but that's all I could apply to. Because I want to find the ones that are behind a paywall. Now, the cops came here last night. That was wild. Right where I was sleeping. This, I don't know, it seemed like if they're not drugged out of their minds, they're, you know, had been on many drugs in their life, really messed up, rough sounding people. Sounded like some old white couple or something. I think I've seen them out here like fighting before, like just yelling at each other. Stupid as shit that, you know, just trash people fight about. Basically fighting like a possum and a snake or something. Just absolute like animal sounds coming out of them and wiring. They were out here where I'm trying to sleep last night, screaming at each other. It sounded like circling my car from a good 30, 40 feet away, at least, in all different directions. Just circling my, they'd sound like they're from back there, up there. I never even got a look at them. I was just lying down. It was somewhat early in the day, though. It felt like it went on for like 30 minutes, just screaming, like, you fucking lady, you want the fuck? She's like, you get the fuck away from me! I know that you had it once, I told you 1,000 times! Eventually, he's like, I'll fucking kill you, you bitch, whatever, like, threatening her. At some point, I just kind of look up, like, what the fuck is this? I see, like, 5 cop SUVs in front. So this was a few minutes after he threatened to kill her. I didn't know where either of them were by this point. Again, I never saw them. Like 5 cop cars or at least 1 cop SUV all lined up in front of me. I'm like, oh shit. Ambulance behind me. I was parked out there for at least like 15 minutes. So anyways, that was a wild story. Hope you enjoyed it. I want to eat all that tortilla. Better to be hungry, you know, than eat too much. And plus, I did eat too much. I mean, I barely ate the rest of the day. I got a job listing to pick up trash at a landfill, but I'm like, oh man, it's going to be brutal. It even says, you know, heavy lifting, cleaning machinery and stuff. 8 to 5, so 9 hours outdoors in the heat. Hey, 8 in the morning though, man, for me that's sleeping in all day. But pays decently, like $17 an hour or $17.50 an hour. But the thing is about that, I know it's going to be a problem for me, like trying to be clean after working in that, smelling like a landfill, probably being in my car, like what am I going to do? Wash my pants every day or something at the laundromat? It's going to be ridiculous, and I'm not even interested in that work anyways. I'm done with heavy lifting work if I can help it. I did find one that's related to film work that I would do if I had the chance. Probably won't get it, but I'm pretty well qualified. You do need to have a forklift certificate. Why do I sound like a southerner when I say certain words? I don't know what I'm listening to where I hear that southern drawl a lot, where I'm saying like forklift. But I don't know, I guess my accent's changing with age. Anyways, and with the, numbskulls I work with now, I don't know, I guess I'll just keep working there until I can find something I actually want. I'm not trying to like bounce from job to job if I can help it. Movie productions are still, under heavy coronavirus restrictions, at least the LA shoots. Basically, if you're shooting in LA, I think how it works, the whole city has rules. Even if it's a non-union shoot, you're not working with the Directors Guild and, Actors Guild, that's kind of the big one. I think you have to follow all their restrictions, because I remember hearing about that when I was planning on working on a film that was going to shoot in Orange County so they could avoid those restrictions. And they still said they were going to be pretty strict about, coronavirus safety, but they couldn't afford to do it the way LA wanted to. But yeah, there's still, and there's just not many jobs posting on Craigslist. There used to be like, oh man, so many gigs every day I could apply to. Now, barely anything some days, like maybe a handful, and a lot of them are just, from someone saying, hey, I'm looking to collab. Like, anyone got a script they want me to do? It's like nobody wants to do work. Or like, I have some great ideas if anyone wants to help me write them. Again, nobody wants to do work. That's not true. That sounds like me being an old man, bitter old man. A lot of people don't want to do work, where they're like, oh, it's so much work having to write and be by yourself and actually develop ideas and be critical of them. How about you do it all? And that was my attitude for a lot of things. Now I'm trying to do everything. I used to, when I started making YouTube videos, I literally didn't even think that I would edit them or shoot them. And at first I did get other people to shoot them. They're not on my channel anymore. They were really crappy, like comedy sketches. Like, I literally assumed, oh, I'll just be a director and someone else will shoot and someone else will edit and all that. And it was getting kind of expensive and tedious to do all that. So eventually I just started learning to do everything. And that was the case with writing too. I always thought I'd get someone else to write, and then I realized, oh, I have to write. I need to. Not only I want to, but I won't even be a good director if I don't know what a good screenplay is. So I have to learn it. But it wasn't even because of that. It was because I wanted to write. So a lot of people post and have that attitude of like, hey, let's just make something. Let's do it. And like I said, I was in that position too. So, I can't really judge in a way, except to say that I've changed my, view of work. But yeah, it's like people who just want other people to do stuff for them. And, you start with a script, or you start with a solid outline, at least, if you're not doing something where you need a script. Have I heard any horror stories from former Amazon warehouse employees? I know an Amazon warehouse employee, Moist Andy. He said he's talked about some brutal conditions there. No ventilation, constant work, no breaks, sweating. I don't know enough about, is it viable to be a full-time gaffer? I'm sure that's a tough, time for anybody. And I know a guy who's sort of a cinematographer / gaffer who has his own equipment, and seems like he's doing fairly well for himself. But he also said, we worked on a shoot, corporate shoot, last September, I think. Yeah. And before that, I had worked with him on a shoot in like March, and that was my last shoot before the pandemic. And at that shoot in the last September, he said, "Yeah, this is my first gig. I guess since the pandemic, I can't remember, or since the last thing he worked on." Now, he said he was doing a lot of free stuff too, and I follow him online, so I see he'd post pictures from set, but I guess he was doing videos with friends, like music videos, and he's like legit. He knows his stuff, and he's good at what he does, and he's worked on, feature films that he's told me that, have been in theaters and that you know about. But I don't know enough about that, like if it's viable to be a full-time gaffer. I'd be vaguely interested if it's an avenue for myself, like get $1,000 worth of lights or something, and I don't know where I'd put them. I mean, I could get a storage unit, but then like, yeah, I guess what I would do is before a shoot, empty out my stuff into the storage unit, put the lights in my car if I could fit them in my car. That's the other problem. I'd obviously be limited by that, so no big, huge, Fresnel lights or anything. They'd have to be like LED panel lights and stuff, which is fine. Just that, yeah, just have to make sure they fit, and some of them can be fairly like lengthy, like a big panel, and you can dim them and change the color on them. So, anyways, it's a tough thing to do. Even pros who have worked on productions that have made millions and millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, I'm sure, still have to look for work and do favors and stuff. So, but I don't know enough about it. I can't say. Someone who actually gaffs full time can say that. But the thing about gaffing, yeah, I guess unless you're on like a long running series, and even then, I don't know. But that's the thing. How many of those are around? And it's mostly a gig job. It's you go from gig to gig. You hope you make enough money to save up between gigs. I've been dissociating a little bit lately. Not too bad. Doing all right. Oh, I got new protein powder from the food bank. So many of the protein powders they have are unflavored. Oh, this stuff drives me nuts. Like bland chalk. So this stuff, it's got a ton of nutrients in it. I put it in my oatmeal in the morning. Certainly could use it because, just working 5 hours strenuous labor. Cut the shit. Look at my bruises on my arm today. It didn't hurt much, but I don't know if you can see it. Wait, I gotta get out of the... Yeah. It's hard for me to look at the phone while I'm doing this because I have to turn the phone away from... Wait a minute, I know what I'll do. Flip it around so I can see the screen. Yeah, you see my arm? Looks like a cat attacked me or something. Other arm too. A little bit, not as much. What happened today, I had to, thank you, Nestor. I feel like I've seen you here before, Nestor. Or am I thinking of Matt Gates' adopted son? Or are you his adopted son? In which case, hey, welcome. Today I had to move a pallet jack with a bunch of man, these tires must have weighed 100 pounds each. They are big fucking mud tires or something, deep grooves in them. I don't know what kind of vehicle they'd be for, like a raised pickup truck. I don't think they were necessarily, they couldn't have been tractor trailer tires, like semi trucks. Couldn't have been because they're way too they don't look like they're so much for the road as for mud and off-road, but they're big and they weighed 100 pounds each, and the people who stacked them all to one side on a pallet. So when I moved them on the pallet jack, they started tipping over, they fell over, and I sort of moved them around how I could, put a few back on the pallet jack, which was hard enough, then move it over to the conveyor belt and try and lift them. I had to deadlift them. I couldn't with my whole body get them up against my thighs because they were so heavy. And just picking them up, like you could see how much they cut into my arms. So anyways, that's how I got that. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Fuck, those were heavy. I am a living legend, thank you. Yep, this is a good place to be, California, especially right now with the winter storm over like 85% of the country. Yeah, you bet. I would not want to be in that right now. I actually don't mind it so much. Actually, yeah, I can live with it in large part, the cold, because I was in the cold in Virginia, but showering is the big issue. It's fine when I can shower indoors, but weekends here, I can't. Because the place that lets homeless people shower is only open weekdays. So that would be pretty brutal and uncomfortable. So anyways. And even when it's that cold, I was able to get inside a lot. Now, can't do that. Can't sit down at the library, can't go to the gym, can't sit in a cafe. And any cafe around here that has outlets is packed, or it was packed before the pandemic, so that was difficult to do anyways. A lot of libraries were packed too. The only library that wasn't was this one that I found that for whatever reason, just it was often had seats in it that were good seats, like, and you could have the table to yourself and the outlets were right next to it, and that was really nice. And they'd just let you be there all day. It was the same group of people I'd see a lot of times there. Favorite part of LA? I'd have to think. I don't know exactly what, or what I'm trying to say is, I don't know a ton of LA right now, unfortunately, because I haven't been able to go around much. Once the pandemic started, there's not much reason for me to. First of all, I was broke for so much of it. The gas money just to drive anywhere was bad. But I like. I know Burbank, it's considered, I don't know, I guess some people consider kind of a dump. I like it a lot because it's got lots of great film places, like film studios and events that I would go to and meet lots of people. It was really cool. And it's not so crowded as downtown LA, or not so hard to get around in as downtown LA. There's plenty of parking, lots of cool stuff. As far as film events, I don't know about actual entertainment around Burbank. Like, I don't even know. I don't see many bars around here where I am. Like in Burbank / Sun Valley and Sylmar, Pacoima, Arleta. All three of those, they're like the same place. I don't get it. Lakeview Terrace, add that as a fourth. But they're all like the same place. But anyways, I barely see any bars anywhere. North Hollywood has more. North Hollywood's cool, even though it's a little rough. But then again, so is the area I was sleeping in last night with that couple screaming, that fucking moronic couple screaming at each other. The guy threatening to kill the woman, and then the cops coming all over here, and the ambulance here. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I don't even know I didn't even see the people. I was lying down, and occasionally I'd peek up. I didn't even peek up occasionally. I just looked up when the cops were already here. I didn't realize they'd come here. But, I will say I like a lot Tujunga, San Fernando Valley. I like these kind of quiet valley areas that look really nice. I'm sure they're, kind of yuppie and stuff too, but I like North Hollywood too. I will say that. The traffic is, or the traffic patterns are horrendous. How it's laid out, it's just awful. And trying to, like, you have to go from like 40 to like 5 miles an hour to get off the road into some small parking lots. But I'd say Tujunga, San Fernando, like city of San Fernando, I guess, because San Fernando Valley is a big area. Or city of San Fernando is really great. It reminds me of like a small town, but in this big, like all over the mountains everywhere. I also do like, even though it's not in LA, it's about an hour east, Pomona. I've been there twice now. Really nice area. I was there for a film shoot, and it just reminded me of Baltimore in a way. It was just really nice. It also seemed pretty rich too, and like I wouldn't want to sleep there in my car. But it just seemed really cool, and like kind of like a small town, and not that far from LA. So I don't know. I'm not. I don't know a ton of Pasadena's. Yeah, it's nice too. I actually okay. I haven't seen much of Pasadena. Literally, all I know of Pasadena is the the one stretch of road I was on. It reminds me of Pentagon City from Virginia. Stretch of road I drove on to get to the hotel where I did that corporate shoot. That was the last one of the last shoots I did, and like the first paid shoot I did in the pandemic. Oh wait a minute, this is funny. Break the loop in the vein. Break the loop says in the vein of Kevin Smith's wild success with Clerks when he started. Will Will we one day see Angelo's The Warehouse, chronicling the struggling young adults living out of their car and coping with life? No, actually, that story. If I do something like that, I have two other movies that are kind of like that. I will say one, because I've talked about it before, is about a homeless guy and his homeless friend, and more than that, but that's all I'll say. That's one script. And another, I won't say, but that one also, I got ideas from my experiences in another job. Portable shower pumps, yeah, 5 gallon jug. You think I'm going to carry on 5 gallons of water? You're in Downey. I haven't been much in. How much have I been in South or East LA? A little bit, not a whole lot. For a few events, and what else was I there for? Yeah, just events, and I mean, I don't know exactly which area it was. I mean, a lot of LA feels kind of like it's so cramped in. You're kind of on top of people, and it's just a little. It's kind of like uncomfortable and also kind of scary. Like I would see women walking around with baby strollers in an area where like I saw like this woman who just seemed totally insane, like looking at me with, not to put down tattoos on anyone's face. Did she have tattoos on her face? I think so. But I'm just describing her appearance. I'm not putting that down. But she was looking at me like, I'm like, what the fuck is she trying to say? Like, is she trying to like threaten me or something? And then I just realized she was just out of her mind. You grew up in the San Fernando Valley, so you're very familiar. Yeah, Northridge. It's weird seeing all these names because I only know those names from my warehouse job by sorting the packages based on which city they're going to, and they're all like valley cities. We don't get anything. Yeah, I think south or you know central LA or downtown LA. It's all Northridge, lots of Granada Hills, Chatsworth, Reseda, Woodland Hills, Woodland Hills, but Woodland Hills. Uh, what else? Montrose, Pasadena, Oxnard. We do get West Hollywood, North Hollywood, Burbank. Trying to think what else. Santa Clarita. Yeah, well. Yep. Thank you, Leonardo. I almost said Leonardo because I thought that was an I. Yeah, warehouse jobs do fucking blow. I mean, it is so stupid and mindless. The people who manage us, it's kind of like, in a way, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're too young to be managers, or they're just too full of themselves. And it's inherently such a bootlicking place, like any corporation that, I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Does stuff for people who just want to buy a bunch of stuff online. So I don't know. It's very much all by, basically everything's just geared to see what they can get away with as far as how little attention they can pay us, how little mind they can pay to our well-being and our livelihoods and our safety and job security, and how much money they can kick up to the bosses. And they'll just try and figure out how to do that, and that's what they're doing. It's just a fucking waste. Such a dumb position. Yeah, Adobe show, definitely. Wait, National Association of Broadcasters, NAB, isn't that in Las Vegas? South by Southwest? Oh, you're just asking if I could attend them. I thought you were saying, oh, I could attend them all here in LA. Yeah, schools, I know they're going to open soon, and coronavirus is going to spread more, and it's already spreading more. Today, they announced 2,800 infections. Like a day or two ago, it was down to like 1,300 or something. So it's ridiculous. I don't, going to those shows, and when I would go to events like that, I can't afford anything there. I'm just going to meet people, to have fun. Maybe you meet some people you stay in contact with. For the most part, you don't. I literally just talk to people in line around me. And, oh man. Just give out my cards and say, hey, whatever, let me know if you got any work, which that never worked out. I never got work from anybody. That was a mistake. What I should do, and what I started doing after a while, just follow them on Instagram. And if they need work from someone, they'll announce it or whatever, or message me. Or if I don't say on Instagram, hey, I'm looking for work normally, but that's just a better way to do it, instead of just emailing and saying, hey, let me know if you can, need any work or anything, because that was pointless. But it's fine. It was part of, learning, and I'm sure people didn't mind when I was doing that. But I met a lot of people that way. But I don't know, Adobe, I guess I do. That seems pretty cool. Oh, actually, South by Southwest seems fun because it's a film festival, so you get to go to all these films and meet filmmakers and stuff. No, I've never been to Northern California nor San Diego. I'd like to see them both because, California is fascinating to me. Haven't had a chance to, because less than a year after I got to LA, the pandemic started. And even before that, so I was flat broke the whole time. Miserable. Still struggling to sort of, get my way around. My car was destroyed. And then the big setback was in November 2019, I had a relapse of my dissociative disorder, and that it messed me up so much, and I'm still recovering. I'm still coming out of a little bit of a flare-up. I'm okay, though. But I was so bad off, like I could barely sleep. I was really struggling. I was working on a movie at the time, and I was so worried, like, should I quit working on the movie? Because, like, I'm just so, like, getting out of my mind. It was painful to work on it. And it sucks because if it wasn't for that spell, I would have loved working on it. It was so cool. I liked the set we were on. It was a small production, but I had sort of an important role in the crew. And I was literally just struggling to keep my sanity because I was practically hallucinating. It was a struggle just to focus on what was happening because I was in so much pain. I'm glad I stuck through with it, thank goodness, but that was pretty awful, and I was worried. I was being horrified that, like, God was ripping me out of my body. After a few months, it was getting better and better. It's still taking time, and I'm still coming out of it. But that really set me back as far as I couldn't even look for jobs a lot of days because it was so painful to even look at the laptop. I couldn't do it. And I've described all that stuff before, my dissociative disorder, but it basically makes me, like, disconnect from who I am, and it literally, like, painful to even try and, like, relate to normal emotions. I don't know how to describe it better than that. I remember it's some really disturbing moments with that. That's all I can say. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure a lot to love in California. I was just looking at pictures in Northern California, just random pictures of it online a day or two ago. And yeah, it looks really cool. I'm sure you find it anywhere in California. Pick any location, you'll find places that are really cool around it. But yeah, I'd really like to go around. Like I said, I barely even have seen much of LA. because the last year of the pandemic, I've basically been going up and down the same like 3 square miles. Hey, Drake. San Francisco too, although I'm a little more wary of going there just because I know how horrifically expensive it is. Not that I'm going to live there, but I don't know. It just seems like with the expensive living comes unpleasant experiences. I don't know. I'm sure there's an aspect to that I wouldn't like even seeing, and the vast divide between the rich and poor there. 19 people, click like, everyone. That helps the video out. Help get me noticed by the algorithm, which favors interaction. Go to Japan and be homeless in Japan? Wow, that's quite a piece of advice, Drake. I will keep that in mind. Best job board for indie TV and movie jobs? Craigslist? Hell no. I've gotten lots of gigs on Craigslist. I actually got one really cool one, my first one on Craigslist. I was really glad for that. I was working with a guy who, like the day before, or who I had seen several times before on Film Courage. Anyways, and that was really cool. That was a great production to work on. And it was so much fun. But no, Craigslist for the most part, I wouldn't say that. You might get a lot of good experience on there. I've gotten a lot of gigs on Craigslist, a lot of them unpaid or very low pay. But I'm sure, I don't have much experience with other places, but I want to start paying once I get my motherfucking debit card from my bank, which, and for those who missed it, I didn't get the debit card from my bank. It's been like 2 weeks now because they overnighted it from UPS, and UPS doesn't deliver to mailboxes. And so it was supposed to come yesterday, and I didn't know that. So now they're going to send it by mail, which is going to take another week. So I can't pay for, paid membership for these online job boards. What? John Boobs. For these online job boards for film work. Like Mandy.com, Production Hub, Entertainment Jobs, or is it Entertainment Careers? I forget. So I can't pay for those. And I want to. I want to pay for them. I want to get access to those jobs. Because what you see on other places like Indeed and Craigslist, and also the other place you have to look is the company's websites themselves, if you're looking at big companies like Netflix or something. But if you're just looking for gigs that come up, like a film shoot, like a 3-day film shoot or something, Craigslist can be the way to go. And, once you start working with people, if they're working on other shoots, you get referred to other stuff. I've had that happen several times now. Craigslist does have scams, too, by the way. They majorly do have film scams that I've seen one person fall for. They posted about it on Facebook, where they'll send you a check and say, go out and rent equipment from it. Like a check for like $3,000, and say you're a PA, and it's a total scam. Don't ever do it, because you'll lose a bunch of money doing it. Where they send you like a $3,000 check and say, okay, first I want you to send some money to a charity that I help out, and then you'll go rent equipment for me. No one's going to send you money up front to rent equipment for them like that. So it's a scam to get you to send a bunch of the money before the check doesn't clear, and then you're out like $1,000 of that. Little squishy socks. But Craigslist also just has a lot of wasted time stuff too. A lot of people posting who don't have jobs to offer. They're just like, hey, I just want to work on, like, can someone send me a script? We can just shoot stuff for fun. That's cool. And nothing wrong with that, really. It's obvious some people, like, I don't know, it's just they got to go through what they're going through. I used to want to do that stuff too, but there's an aspect of that where people are like, hey, I've got a script. I want a co-writer. That's the biggest waste to me, because it's like, it just means you don't want to do the work of writing. You think someone else will do it, and it's such a cowardly move. And it's something I used to do a lot. Like, I wanted other people to do that stuff for me, until I realized I've got to learn pretty much everything. I'm not planning on learning special effects. There's not enough time in the day to do everything. Writing, editing, color grading. I do want to learn color grading. I want to learn more cinematography and gaffing work. Gaffing meaning basically working with cinematographer, like lighting. even set construction, but and prop stuff like that. But I'm already kind of swamped as it is, and writing, just that alone is a full-time thing. But anyways, there's ways to work it, all that stuff. I speak some Spanish, and a lot of people assume I'm a Spanish speaker and come up to me and speak Spanish to me here, which is kind of cool. Um, but I speak it decently. I'm not fluent in it. After studying it for 13 years, I'm so fucking lazy about it. Because I'll have days where I'm trying to learn new words, and I'm like, fuck, five words? Come on, how many more words can I not know? I've noticed my pronunciation's gotten a lot better in it, especially after working in a warehouse where it's like 98% Spanish speakers, and a lot of times people around me are speaking Spanish, and so that's kind of good to just be able to, hear the pronunciation all the time. That's another kind of fucked up thing about our job. We're in a poor area. It's a rich company, and all these poor Hispanic people are kicking money up to the executives, who I don't know what their ethnic makeup is, but probably a lot of whites. No, I don't commiserate like that. I do what I do. Actually, I remember Nathan Barnett was saying he may move into his van, and because his rent was so expensive in LA, and with the pandemic, he wasn't able to go audition for work, and so YouTube was his full-time thing, and again, he was barely getting by, so he and his roommates, including Tom, who's been a supporter on this channel, and or a fan, and his brother Seth, they moved somewhere cheaper. They didn't say where, but somewhere cheaper where the money goes further. And then their plan is to make some money, and then when the pandemic's gone, and maybe in a year or so, whatever, when they have some more money to move back, come back to LA. Sorry, I have some food in my mouth. Ah, man. Shit, I gotta shit. What am I gonna do? I don't feel like driving 7 miles to the porta potty. Excuse me, I have some business to do. So I'm going to have to wait at least another week to get those paid film job memberships. Those film job website memberships, but so be it. I'll continue writing and honing my skills. Exercising, getting in better shape. I haven't been working out in the mornings very much, and it means I've been too exhausted by the afternoon to work out much. So I'm going to switch back to working out in the mornings. I didn't want to get up early enough for it. I'm like, fuck it, I need to do it. I feel better when I do it. And I don't necessarily want to work out, although it's fine too, as long as, my body's not like that badly hurt. I can work out after work, but I'd rather my body be kind of recovered so that if I work out, I can get a good workout. So I'm going to try and do that in the mornings, including tomorrow morning. Even though I'm off work tomorrow, I could go into work, but fuck, part of me is like, I shouldn't have to work 6 days a week to survive. But also, I'm so swamped with stuff. I got other stuff to do too, including looking for other jobs, so I'll take the day off. I know what I'm going to probably have to do early in the morning. Drive about 7 miles to a porta potty to take a dump. Oh, I'm not trying to get the Jiffy Lube job. I'm not interested in that. Motherfucking pigs. Lazy fucks. Parking next to me. They want to be as close as possible to the taco truck. I'm parked here for a specific reason, so that there's nobody on the left of me, so that I can have a little more safety and privacy, so like nobody bangs their car door against me or, you know, potentially messes with me. But I don't respect that kind of laziness. Like where you got to drive through like a parking lot with like 50 cars pulling in and out just to get to the closest spot to the store. I'll gladly park far away so I don't have to deal with that shit. Anyways. Yeah, I know tomorrow morning I'm going to have to drive early to go take a shit. I could just go into my job and not work. Like, just go take a dump and leave, but they'd probably be tight asses about that, too. I just said why I was screwed for being homeless, because my bank I just opened an account at sent my debit card by UPS overnight, but apparently UPS doesn't deliver to mailboxes, so I didn't get it. And so now I got to wait a week for it to come by post office, by regular mail, which means I can't pay for anything online until I have a debit card. So I can't pay for memberships on these film job websites until I have the debit card. I don't know. I don't want to drive 7 miles. I may just shit in a bag in my car. Done that before. Stinks like hell, but doesn't stink for too long. I mean, how many of you would drive 7 miles to take a dump? Oh, and then walk another like 3/4 of a mile to do it. But yeah, just freaking tedious shit gotta deal with like that. I have the wrong size stylus for my phone, but at least it works on my phone. It's just that it won't slide into the slot on my phone for it. I ordered this in the mail, but then I ordered the correct one. And then these motherfuckers in China, I ordered from some on eBay, and it said it's going to be delivered May 19th. I said, please cancel it. And because I didn't sign in to eBay to do it, I was lazy. I was like, I'll do it as a guest. I can't just cancel it. And the sellers won't let me cancel it, so they claim they're going to send me another one. And I'm trying to tell them, no, don't send me one. Or now they're saying they'll send me the correct one. I'm like, don't bother. I ordered it somewhere else. But at first they were saying, oh, okay, we'll send it. The guy literally told me we'll send it in 40 days. Hey, is it possible to get anything overnight from China? I guess it is, right? But you'd have to pay a lot for it. What if it was something really big, like a car? You'd have to pay what, like a couple $1,000 for shipping? I don't think you could get that overnight, though. They won't fly a car over, will they? least LA's still warm right now. Winter storm has not affected us here. All right. Well, anything else I should go over? Because I'm pretty tired, actually. I want to sleep. I don't know why it is. If I sleep like 8 hours, and I need like 10 hours of sleep. If I sleep 8, I'm like dead tired throughout the day. If I sleep 5 hours, I'm fine throughout the day. Yeah, it kind of hurts to get up a little bit and stuff, but then I'm fine. I don't know why that is. Why? If I'm sleeping and like going into deep sleep and wake up, it's difficult for me. So right now I'm exhausted. But I also want to save my phone battery too. That's another issue from with the thing with live streaming. So, anyways, my voice is going too. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.